something that is constantly a theme, is my end game. What do I want to accomplish in my life, right? What scares you the most is more often what you're supposed to be doing. So something that really scares me is actually singing. Terrifies me. I'm genuinely terrified of singing. I have stage fright. I don't like having people actively listen to what I'm singing. Like, I can sing next to you and in the background and whatever, but the moment that someone's like, oh my God, wow, your voice, I don't even, I half the time don't even believe them. And I'm like, okay, yeah, sure, thanks. But I'll take that compliment. Thank you so much. But in the back of my mind, I'm like, oh, I don't even know if you mean that. Or if you're kind of hinting at like, please shut up. Stop speaking. Stop singing. I don't need to hear this.
That's so sad.
Leo doesn't like that either.
I didn't know she felt like that.
But,
because I guess I've been in your life so long that like, there have been times when you've like, let me hear you sing.
Yeah, for sure. I mean,
but I guess that's like a comfort level because we're close enough, you know what I mean?
Intermediate family, essentially. I used to sing a lot more comfortably, but there was a time in my life, I guess, just that I didn't feel comfortable anymore, and it started to scare me. And so that's something that I've been working on as well. And I put out a song not too long ago, which didn't, it's not like it's going anywhere. It's just that milestone for me that I did it. I did that. I got it recorded. Like I went to a studio and everything. It was a really cool experience, and I would love to do it again. But I'm still very much terrified. It took me a full hour, I think, to actually start recording, which this goes on a timer, so I had to pay extra money, which is totally normal. But that's the thing, is that like I took that long that we didn't even get the song done, and I had to pay for another hour in the studio because I was like so nervous about singing in a booth. I mean, he can fully see me, but it's not like I'm singing for an audience, I'm singing for one person, and he's mixing it anyway. So that was a learning lesson for me, is that I need to suck it up and do it. So that is something that I am scared of.
I don't know what I would say I'm scared of other than spiders, but I'm slowly,
scared of things in life, not fears, not like irrational fears.
But my biggest thing is I would like to be a mom. I would really like to be a mom and to have a home and build that home and invite people, be that, I don't want to say housewife, because I don't know if housewife is totally me.
Not the right term.
But I want to be a mom. That's what I see myself as. You know what I mean? Like, people will be like, oh, I can see myself being an actress. I can see myself being a singer. I can see myself being a film writer. They can see themselves doing that. I can see myself being a mom and giving that love to my children. And so I guess like my biggest fear is probably like when I'm ready to have kids, like maybe I'll be infertile or something, that's a thing. Or like when I do have kids, like I won't have a good relationship with them, or like those are like sort of my fears. Like everything else is pretty tame. Of course, that your brother is my biggest like comfort. So anytime I have a nightmare, like I can't find him, he's not there. But he's always consistently there for me. So, like, that's never a fear that he's going to leave me or, like, anything like that. Like, I have no fear when it comes to my relationship. It's just, like, that fear of, like, I'm never going to get to that stage where I'm going to be able to make my family is probably what I would say. It's like that if I die before I get to have kids and have a family.
Just one of the things, like, maybe making a vision board, printing out pictures, cutting out magazines or whatever, putting that in front of you, you'll slowly start to make like whatever, the first thing is, okay, maybe your first milestone would be buying a house, a cute little, it doesn't have to be a giant house for your first house. It could be a cute little thing where you have enough for three, you know what I mean? Like you have an extra room for your soon to be baby and have that, that room, that space for it. Maybe it's an office at first, but have that space to where it's like, we don't need this room to be an office. It's just out of comfort, so that we're actually utilizing. That could be something that you have to where it's, you have this plan in place. That is your number one goal, is obviously to grow a family, have the home.
I'm the person that, like, I want at minimum 2 kids, but I could totally have 5. A vision board. It would
just help, I think. And it's fun because you're just looking up pictures of your dream house, and you can get really creative with it. You can draw it yourself and have a little day where you're one of the days where you're drawing, you can draw something like, okay, what kind of house would I want? I love Craftsman, for example.
I built it.
Craftsman houses. See, why don't you screenshot that picture, put it up there, and like little things like that. People do use The Sims actually as like a design thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I highly suggest it because it's just something that is constantly in your mind. Teresa is the best example for that in my life. She fully makes vision boards often, and like she'll have it on her wall, and she'll have some things that are staring at her when she wakes up, and then she'll have something behind her at her work desk, and then she'll turn around and she'll see it every single time she turns around from her like chair type of thing. She's to like, where every time it happens, her eyes just go around the room, and subconsciously she manifests these things. She's manifested whole people before, so this is, and I mean to the T. Like, she wrote down Gigi on her wall, which I believe she has a video on this, but she wrote down Gigi on her wall in thinking that it was a movie that she needed to see when it wasn't. It was actually Gia that she needed to see, and she wrote down Gigi, and it was actually next to these flight attendants that are like walking or whatever. And anyway, long story short, she meets a flight attendant who ends up being her roommate named Gigi.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and she was actually like her rock throughout the entire process of becoming a flight attendant when she was in Atlanta. So it is a very inspiring story, and that's why I do the vision boards, because I'm like,
you believe in that.
I fully I think that's like
that if you believe in anything though, like yes, I believe in the universe, like fully. I believe in energy. I believe in the energy you give off and other people give off, and the energy that you put around yourself and put out of yourself. But I also believe that your mind is so powerful that, like, because that essentially is, to me, what's connected to the universe. So, like, by believing or seeing those things every day, your mind can just make it true.
Exactly.
It can make it happen because it's something that you dream about or is happening in your subconscious, and it's just there every day reminding you.
Exactly, which is the point, is that you're like, just by putting, if for example you wanted to lose weight, or like gaining weight is my goal, and nobody seems to talk about that, but if, for example, weight is something that you're trying to change, putting on your wall weight loss, isn't gonna work, or weight gain isn't gonna work. Putting a goal of putting out one thing on your wall so that you can look at it every day isn't gonna work. It isn't that. It is putting forth that effort to make it come true.
Yeah.
I make phenomenal movies, right? But if I never made a single movie from now until the end of my life, am I going to make a phenomenal movie?
Yeah.
Most likely not. I mean, I say most likely because who knows, right? But
it could be
an accidental movie.
Yeah, right.
But
that happens.
Right, but you know what I mean? Like, the likelihood of it actually coming true is 0 to none. So the thing is that you need to put forth that effort. My effort is making these videos, and while they're kind of vlog style and they're also kind of podcast style, it's also that I will make the occasional video a week where I actually make something cinematic, or at least I try. And that is what I'm going for. It's not every day, but it might be. A month from now, I might make every single thing look like a freaking movie scene. And that is the point. I want everything to look like a movie, and I'm getting there. Eventually. Slow and steady wins the race. So that's me putting forth that effort to make phenomenal.
All right. Why is this word? 1.5 glasses of wine and 2 glasses of whiskey.
phenomenal movies.
Phenomenal.
Phenomenal.
We thank you guys so much for listening to us.
Yeah, for sure.
Drink and talk.
All right. We're cutting this. So I will see you guys next time. Thank you for joining me again on Wine and Whiskey. Thank you for joining us this time, which is really freaking cool. And stay safe out there. Be mindful of yourselves.
Yes.
Do the kick thing. The kick great. Let's do it.
Oh no.
So it's the kick great. I mean,
to push this out.
Literally, it's not even, you could just stand up slightly.
I'm not wearing pants for this, but okay.
So I'm going to show you. What do you mean? You're not wearing pants for this?
Because like this.
They're leggings.
Okay.
So what?
What's the kick green?
So it's literally this. You see what we're doing with our feet? We're raising our feet a little weird, but it's literally just this, to where it's like, oh,
It's like, hey,
hey,
what's up?
What's up? Instead of
6 feet,
shaking. See you guys later.
Bye.